Hi everyone, Thomas Crocker here from the Media and Design Center. Over the next year, our library will be undergoing renovations, but don't worry because you still will have access to a wide range of equipment that you can come check out. And we wanted to just put out a video to show you what all you have access to, how each of these works, and give you some tips on the editing side as well. So the first resource that I want to talk about is our video camera, which is the Canon G70. This is our main workhorse camera. It shoots in 4K. It's very user-friendly. We give you a battery and a tripod plate already on the bottom of it, ready to go. It records directly to an SD card inside the camera. To access that SD card, you're gonna open up your screen here on the side. Then there is this one door that you'll push up, and that will reveal two SD card slots. Behind this flap right here is a USB-C charging port. Make sure you use that one to charge. There is another one behind this front flap, but this one is gonna be the one that you charge with. There is a flap with some ports behind this cover here. This is where you can plug in your external microphone if you're planning to use it, like I've got the Sennheiser on top right now. But this also has the port where you can transfer your media to your computer as well, using the USB-C port that's behind this flap. On the front of the camera, there is a lens flap. And so if you can see right by my thumb, there is a little switch that if I pull that down, the lens flap will pop open and you can record. Right above my pointer and middle finger is a little toggle, and this is what you'll use to zoom in and out. And that's pretty much everything with the camera. You've obviously got this big red record button where your thumb lands. But everything, all the settings are all set for you. You shouldn't have to go into the menu systems and change anything. So this is the Sennheiser MKE 600, and it attaches just using the cold shoe on top of the camera. You just slide it in and screw it down. The ports on the G70 are right behind this flap here. Open this up and they're all labeled, but you want to go in that front one that's labeled mic. And then once you've attached, you want to power on the shotgun microphone. So it's just one switch on top, and then the camera will know that you've plugged in an external mic, and it will prioritize that over the built-in microphone. So this is a quick test recording so you can hear the camera's built-in microphone. I'm about 15 feet away from the camera, and now I'll go plug in the Sennheiser shotgun microphone so you can hear the difference in the two. So this is what it sounds like when I've plugged in the Sennheiser shotgun microphone into the camera. This is gonna override the camera's internal microphone and use this instead. This is a lot more directional. Hopefully you can hear me a little bit clearer. Another option for the Sennheiser shotgun microphone is that you could plug it directly into one of our field recorders and record in this fashion. Using an external microphone instead of the built-in mic on these cameras is going to get you a lot better audio quality. So just keep that in mind when renting these cameras and planning for your video projects. Next, I want to talk about the Lavalier kit that can also be paired with the Canon G70s. So you get two pieces with this Lavalier kit. One is going to be your actual microphone, and one is going to be the receiver that plugs into the camera or whatever audio source you're recording to. So you could plug this into one of the field recorders that we have here as well. But for today's purpose, I'll just show you kind of how to attach it to the camera. So it attaches the same way as the shotgun mic. Using that cold shoe on top, just screw it down, and then you're gonna have that one cable coming from the receiver that'll go into that mic port, just like we did with the shotgun mic. You're gonna wanna turn on the receiver and the microphone. There's switches on the top right here. You'll see they light up. So there's two frequencies, F1 and F2. You just want to match those up and make sure they're on the same ones. So the next set of resources that I want to go over are our Zoom field recorders. And so we have three of these, the Zoom H1, the Zoom H4n Pro, and the Zoom H5. I'll start with the Zoom H1. So this is the smallest of the three. And to turn these on, you're gonna just pull down on this power button on the side. And then for this specific unit, there are a couple options on the back. You can toggle over to record in WAV or MP3 format. WAV is gonna be an uncompressed file, so that's gonna be the best quality and give you the most flexibility with editing and post-production. So if you do really care about quality, flip it to that. MP3 is going to give you a lot longer recording, so you're going to get a lot more out of your memory card recording in MP3 than in the WAV format, but it's harder to edit in post-production. You have less flexibility, so just keep that in mind. Auto level, you can turn that on or off, and that's going to adjust the sensitivity of the microphone. It will kind of auto adjust its level to its best ability to get what's it thinks is going to be the best sounding volume. And then the top button is low cut. Low cut, if you flip that on, that's going to reduce low frequency noises like refrigerators, air conditioning units, and wind noise. But just keep in mind that if you do toggle that on, you can't bring those frequencies back in post-production. So they're kind of gone forever if you turn that setting on while you're recording. But on the front, there's just one big red record button. So super simple, easy to use. And there are headphone jacks on each of these. So you can plug in headphones and listen to them before you're recording and even as you're recording as well. So here's a quick audio sample from the Zoom H1. This is a great portable solution that you can take out in the field with you anywhere to record high quality sounding audio, and you can sync this up with your video footage in post-production. I'm going to walk you through that right now. So after you have offloaded your footage from your camera and your audio files from the Zoom H1, again, you just pop out the little micro SD card inside here and use a card reader, or you can plug in using the provided USB cable and transfer your footage to your computer that way. But once you have your files on your computer, you're going to want to import them into the bottom left-hand corner of Premiere Pro. Once they are there, you can drag your video footage onto your timeline, and you'll see, your footage pop up on screen. And then what you'll want to do is take your MP3 file from your Zoom recorder and drag it on a layer below. And then you want to drag and select and highlight both of those files on your timeline, and then right click on them. Once you've done that, you'll see some options pop up, but you want to scroll down until you see synchronize. Click on that, make sure audio is checked, and then click OK. Once you've done that, Premiere Pro will analyze both of those clips, and you'll see one shift over and match up where the audio matches up. And so now you can mute the audio from your video file, so it's only gonna use your good sounding audio from your field recorder, and then you can export and you have your video file with your really nice sounding audio instead of the audio that's coming from your built-in microphone in your camera. Our next unit is the Zoom H4n Pro. So very similar to the H1, but you do have an additional 2 ports on the bottom. These are XLR inputs. So if you had an XLR microphone that you wanted to record, you could plug those in and record to that SD card that's inside this unit as well. You've got your 2 main microphones up top, the same sort of power toggle on the side here. Hold that down to turn it on. And then you've got your big red record button here. This does record on a full-size SD card, the same as the Zoom H5. So the H1 is the only one that uses the micro SD card, but we will give you the adapter as well, the little micro SD to full SD size adapter if you do need that to transfer your files. We're also going to provide you with some transfer media cables in the kits as well, so you can move your files over to your computer, or you can pull the cards out and move them that way if you prefer to do that. So here's an audio sample from the Zoom H4n, another very portable solution that you can record directly to an SD card that's built into the side of the unit right here. And then you also have those XLR inputs in the bottom if you needed to plug in separate microphones, but this is a great sounding, very portable piece of equipment. So the last of the 3 is the Zoom H5. So this one, again, is pretty similar to the H4n Pro. You've got the 2 XLR inputs on the bottom if you want to plug in an external mic. We also have a different volume adjustment. So on this one, you've got a dial on the mic capsule, so the gray part that's up top. You can turn that up or down to adjust the sensitivity of how loud the mic is going to be and how loud your recording is going to be. If you plan to use one of the bottom XLR inputs, you'll want to make sure that they're enabled. So there's a 1 and a 2 on the front of the unit that you'll want to turn those on. And once you press on them, they will light up red, so you know that they're active and recording. So here is an audio sample from the Zoom H5. This is our newest Zoom recorder. Great, still very portable. You can take it out in the field with you. It records directly to a full-size SD card in the side and sounds great. So here's what this sounds like. Our newest microphone kit is the DJI Mic Mini kit. And this is a great all-in-one solution that's very versatile with how you can record. Everything is housed in this one charging case. So you can charge up the case, and that's how you also will charge up the actual devices inside the case. There's 4 pieces inside this kit. So you get 2 of these little small clip-on microphones. You get a receiver here. So this is what you're gonna plug into your source that you're recording to, whether that's a camera like this here or one of your field recorders. So you also get a USB-C adapter, and so this will clip onto the back of the unit. It's got arrows showing you which direction to slide the adapter on, and then you'll hear it click into place. And now this can be plugged into an iPhone, iPad, Android device, laptop, anything that takes USB-C. You can send audio from one of these microphones to whatever device you plug this into. I'm gonna pop off this adapter on the back and actually show you how to attach it to one of our devices here. So again, you have your one port on the side. This is your 3.5 millimeter cable port. And then say you wanted to pair it with like one of our field recorders, like the Zoom H1. There's a line in option on the side, and you would just plug this directly into the side of the unit. And you do have a dial here where you can adjust the sensitivity of the microphone. So that's how you would attach this to sort of an external recorder, or would attach similarly to a camera in this manner. The last microphone that I want to talk about is probably our most popular checkout. This is the Blue Yeti Nano microphone. It's very simple, easy to use. There's one cable. It's micro USB to USB-C. And so there's one port on the bottom for that, and then one port for headphones. So if you want to monitor and listen as you're recording, you can plug in headphones there. And then on the front, there's one dial. That's the adjustment of your volume for your headphones. And you can press in that button to mute yourself. And then on the back, there's one button as well, and then under it is labeled as pattern. And so this is gonna be where you toggle between your 2 pattern selections in terms of how the microphone records. The one on the left kind of looks like Pac-Man. That is cardioid, and so that is going to record great for if you are just recording yourself. It's going to record directly in front of the microphone. So where you're seeing the logo, the blue logo, you want to face that towards yourself if you're just recording yourself. So select cardioid for that. The other option on the right-hand side is a circle, and that is omnidirectional. So if you're recording for a group project, like a roundtable discussion, and you want to put the microphone sort of in the middle of the table and record everything around the microphone, that's what you'll choose. So here's a quick example of what the audio quality sounds like coming from the Blue Yeti Nano microphone. This is just in the cardioid sort of solo setup. If you press the pattern button on the back, you can change it to that omnidirectional if you need that to pick up audio on all sides of it. That's for like roundtable or group discussions. But this is for the solo kind of setup and what this sounds like. So that was a quick overview of the different equipment that you can come check out from us at the Media and Design Center. If you have any questions or want us to walk you through any of this stuff, we'd be happy to do so.